Hello, this is Juan Martinez, and I'm going to be showing you how to submit a future availability. So as you can tell, we are at the Humanity website, our URL box, martco.humanity.com. We're going to type in our username. In this case, it's going to be John Smith 175, along with our password. Once we log in, we're going to, on the left-hand side, click Set Availability. As a reminder, the reason we utilize future availability functions is in order to select specific days and times off. So something that's important to note is that when you select a future availability date, it's going to default to whatever the availability is in your weekly availability setting, and I'll explain that a little bit further. So for example, if I was going here to the management permissions here, let me get this guy's weekly availability submitted, and we're approved for John Smith. So this is what you see on the administrator side. Okay, so I'm going to go through, just approve this for John Smith. Now once this is refreshed, we should see that that weekly availability that was previously all green, now you see where it has red. Okay, so let's take, for example, we have a doctor's appointment, or let me rephrase that. Given this gentleman's current weekly availability, let's say I've got my son's baseball game on Saturday morning I have to take him to, and I just can't get out of it for whatever reason, or it's his big game. Alright, so I'm going to select let's say Saturday the 24th, so it gives management enough time to get it reviewed. Set availability. You'll see future availability date added to the top. If you do not see that and did not register, also you'll see it here just below your future availability options, and it states right here available for the whole day. As you click the pencil icon, you'll notice that all the hours in that day are green. Alright, so that is the default setting for all Saturdays based on my weekly availability. So every time I select a Saturday, the hours are going to be reflected, whatever it is that's in the weekly availability. So let's say the baseball game is from 10 to, I don't know, let's say 1600. That'll give us enough time to get everything done for the day. Let's just say 0700 to 1600. I'm going to click, so that blocks it out, alright, with the red, and then click OK. That has now been submitted. I'm going to double check by clicking the pencil icon again, making sure that that's correct. Yep, so OK. And then on the management side, we're going to see here availability requests, where John Smith has submitted that weekly availability. So we're going to approve it there. And that's pretty much all she wrote as far as setting a future availability to request time off. Now, if this was a reserve officer, or even a part-time officer, let's say, where you have time that is in the red and you want to do the inverse, you want to open up time that's currently blocked out on your weekly availability. You don't have to change your weekly availability. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you want to change your weekly availability as little as possible. So here we're going to select, let's say, a Wednesday, the 21st, set availability, future availability date added, Wednesday 21st. We're going to hit the pencil icon. You're going to see here it's all red, and again, that is because on Wednesdays your default is that your whole day is blocked out, so it's going to show whatever the default hours are. Alright, and we are going to open up, let's say, an overnight shift from 1800 to midnight. We're going to select OK here. Alright, and then we're going to add a second date, let's say for Thursday the 22nd, add that availability, select the pencil icon, and then we're going to select from 0 to 0700 hours, and select OK. So now what that's allowed me to do is Wednesday the 21st. I'm unavailable until 1800 hours. However, from 1800 to midnight, I'm available to work. From 0 hours to 700 hours on Thursday, I'm now available to work. So I have now given that availability to the company in order to be able to work that overnight shift if needed, and opened up that availability without having to adjust my weekly availability function. And that is how you set future availability.